right, everybody go, woo! Woo! This is awesome. Rick Federici and
Mary Anthony.
All right, Mary Anthony.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Are you ready?
I am. We've got a big show. I'm excited.
I think you're freaking out because...
Oh, I'm not. I'm excited. There's just so much information. I'm trying to jot things down.
Okay, so here's what's going on. We have a full house, and we have had 2, 3, 4 people. When we have bands in here, and you guys know this because you guys are our partners, we just love packing this place. So on one side with the camera shots, and the cameras are pointing right at all you guys right now, I want you guys to wave to the camera. Everybody wave. Okay, woo! And I want you guys to say hi. Go around the room. Ben, you say hi first, of course.
Hello, I'm Ben Fout.
Okay, Jake?
Hi, I'm Jake McMahon.
Of course, the one and only.
Hi, Cindy Burcham.
And?
I'm Elizabeth Downs.
Elizabeth! Woo! It is so great to have you guys assembled in one room, the professionals. And I have to tell you, the other day, Mary, I went for a tour of the newest, in my opinion, I think it's the newest facility. Is that correct? Michigan City. Yes. I was so blown away on how beautiful of an operation it has become. The color, I walked in and the colors were like, oh, I wanted to work out.
That's awesome.
I thought it was really cool.
I didn't realize there were actually 3 YMCA locations in Michigan City. So
well, it's Michigan City, Long Beach, LaPorte.
LaPorte, right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I'm thinking this is cool.
Yes, it's so neat. I mean, really, I've only been to the LaPorte, and it's fun there. I love it there. You know, it's a good time, makes for a great day. But I would love to try the newest ones too. So that's really neat. I
think Jake's going to throw Federici up to a challenge one of these days because he's out of everybody. He's a very cut young man. Everybody that I ran into at the Y the other day, not only have they been on the air, but they were so friendly, so energized. And I went from looking at the pool, which I wanted, I love swimming.
I do too.
I'm such a swimmer. So I went and saw the folks doing the swimming stuff. Then I went from the swimming, and then my mouth dropped when up of the line equipment in the facility. And then we went there into what would be like, another studio with these killer floors. When Ben goes, check out these bikes. And I'm like, really? I have not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So great.
We should do that one day.
You want to do that?
Out. Check it out live.
All right, cool.
I mean, on camera.
How about I'll go for the workout, Federici pumping.
You do that, and I'll tape you. That would be great.
Hot yoga.
Hot yoga. Hold on.
We don't have hot yoga.
I was gonna say, tell us what is that?
Come on.
I can create it for you though.
Cindy. All right, Cindy. Why don't we start with you and Ben? I would love to bond with you guys, and then thank you so much, Ben. Thank you, Jake, and the crew. It is great. The facility is stellar. The Michigan City one is awesome.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. Michigan City Elston branch is a up and coming branch. We're growing. She goes in there and she just has this vision and she looks and this goes here and it just all comes together. I just follow them right on the walls every day. The paint vision is.
I'm going to throw this over to Cindy because Cindy, your thought process there, I felt so calm. I walked in there with Mary Gelati, and we were greeted in front by Donna and some of the great crews there. I got to meet some folks that I hadn't met before, and I just started looking around. I'm like, wow, how did those colors come about, and how did you start piecing that together? Because that's a really cool campus.
Well, I can't take credit for the specific colors. We have branding standards that was established by the Y of the USA, the color palette that they want all of the Ys across the country to use, so we have a more uniform look, and we're behind our a common message. But then the layout of them, try not to overpower with too much color, so we do a balancing of the colors with some cream colors and that, so it's not so overwhelming, but it's really liven the place up. We get all kinds of compliments, and when people walk through that had seen the building when it was still the middle school and then come in and see it now, they can't believe it's the same facility. And I have to give a shout out to our facilities crew because we've done almost all of the work internally as far as the painting, the cleaning, and all that. So they've done an amazing job. Yeah, we've really made this, we didn't want to extend ourselves to the point where we would have trouble maintaining the facility in perpetuity. So we've done it gradually and we've waited for the membership to grow. We ended the year with about 500 members, and we're like at 840 members as of yesterday. So
wow,
yeah, so we've almost doubled our membership since January 1. Our goal is to be at 1,000 members by the end of March, and we would like to be at 2,000 members by the end of the year. And the way we're trending right now, I think we are even on track to surpass the 2,000 number, which is amazing.
We need to have one of those Cindy Cool like posters that says, you know, we're here. And then we'll ding, 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 ding on the radio.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just made it to 1,000. Woo!
There you go.
That is really
And
neat.
it's been really fun to watch the transformation of the building. And, we started off with the pool. That was the area that needed the least amount of work and what we were able to offer to the community first. We brought on the Wellness Center probably the beginning of September. Elizabeth put a lot of time and effort into that. We all have our areas of expertise, and that is not mine, but I bring in Elizabeth, who has a lot of knowledge. And so she pretty much worked with our equipment people to come up with the equipment that we wanted and helped with the layout of everything. So once that came on board, we've really seen the traffic into the building really start to pick up. And then we've been adding more aerobics classes as those needs come to us daily. So it's been fun to watch people that have been a part of the Michigan City community for a long time that are now able to come back into a building that they have so many wonderful memories of. We've heard stories of people that graduated from there 40 and 50 years ago.
That's
So
really
it's, and I think it's really now more accessible to them than it was even when it was a school. So it's been fun to have people be able to come back into a building and also to keep the Elston facility as part of the community. It's such a staple in the community, and we were lucky to have a great school corporation that we've been working with in partnership to keep that as part of an important part of the Michigan City community. So we're excited about that. Our Long Beach membership is also growing because people that still want to use the workout facilities in Long Beach but want to be able to swim now are able to do it without having to drive all the way to LaPorte. So we've had also seen that positive, unplanned improvement in our membership out at Long Beach as well. So we've now tapped association-wide over 7,000 members. So that's a new record for our YMCA, and then we just hit that this week, so we're pretty excited.
Big round of applause, everybody. Come on, let's get woo!
Great.
And I also want to just give one other shout out. We have
Sure.
one other location. We have a licensed child care and learning center in in LaPorte as well. We're a level 4 pass to quality nationally accredited child care center. And then we have our outdoor education and sports facility in LaPorte as well on Andrew Avenue. So we actually have 5 physical locations now
Wow.
for our YMCA.
I know it is very accessible. Something I learned this morning that I didn't know is if you are a Y, member, you can go to any of the IU Health, the 8 wellness and rehab locations as well, and vice versa. And I think that is such a cool thing. I never knew that. I knew the Ys you would be able to go to, another YMCA. I just didn't realize it was so versatile, and that is fantastic and such a great opportunity. We're always talking about try something different, get out. The opportunities of the different things you could try with just any one of those memberships is just it's crazy, and there's something for everyone. That's what I
Right.
love.
There absolutely is. And,
You
and
know?
that's the other I think great thing about the YMCA is we adapt to the needs of the community. So the Y in Michigan City is not going to look exactly like the Y in LaPorte. And I'm not talking facility-wise, but the programming and
Sure.
things, because every community is different, and we adapt. Just like what we do in Long Beach is a little bit different than what we do at some of our other facilities. That is kind of a unique membership because typically we see our membership numbers rise January, February, March. They kind of plateau through the wintertime, but then when we get to Memorial Day to Labor Day, it just like doubles because we've got all the people that come and live there for the summertime. So
Absolutely wonderful. I'm so excited. When Ben and Jake, we started doing our tour the other day, one of the things that I brought up, and it's funny you brought that up too, Cindy, if the walls could talk, just
absolutely.
the unbelievable history, and you walk into the wooden floors of the gym, you walk into some of the areas that you guys have recreated, it is drop dead gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this, I want to live here. What did I say to you, Ben? I said this would be really cool if they had lofts here, and
said
then
build
you
them
have your
upstairs.
built-in workout area. Am I right?
Yep, you sure did.
Well,
know?
and we had this past November on Veterans Day, and I know you guys were out helping us cover that event. We had the Vintage Veterans Basketball Tournament. We celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Alston men's basketball team winning the state championship, but it was a a basketball game between the LaPorte All-Star veterans and the Michigan City All-Star veterans. So we had representation from Rogers High School, Elston High School, and then also the Michigan City High School and representing the Michigan City team. And then we had LaPorte All-Stars through the year. What a phenomenal event. We had well over 600 people there in attendance. It was just a great evening.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it
Thank,
was
thank
fun.
the Lord that we had all kinds of professionals too on the scene, since they all are up in their years.
That's what I was going to ask. What was the age range of that?
we
that would
had-
be interesting
On a
of the
funny,
players.
serious
Oh,
note,
that's great.
seriously.
On the LaPorte team, we had Hugh Tonigal. I don't know his exact age,
Right.
but he's been a member and been playing basketball for many, many years. He also had two of his sons that played on the team.
Isn't that crazy?
And then
So
his
cool.
grandsons were there as the ball boys, and he had a couple of little granddaughters that were there because we also had veteran cheerleaders. So
Awesome.
some of his daughter-in-laws
That's really
were cheerleaders when they went to LaPorte High School, so they were on the LaPorte veteran cheer squad, and then their granddaughters were also there. So we had 3 generations of Tonagals that were involved in the
What a
Yeah.
fun event,
Seriously.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really
Yeah.
a great idea. I love that.
And then Warren Jones, who is a legend
Love
in
him.
Michigan City, didn't think he was going to be able to join us, and at the last minute he changed some plans, so he was there. And one of the things that he's known for are the pep sessions that he used to do before the basketball tournaments.
Did he go
So
nuts,
he
though?
did his cheer. He did his cheer that
Aw.
night. It was pretty. I mean, whether it didn't matter if you were a Slicer or if you were a City or a Raiders fan or alumni, everyone was pretty mesmerized by what he said. So it was a fun evening. And we had Al Whitlow was the coach for the Michigan City team. He was an assistant coach on the championship team. We had 7 of the original players that were there as well, and they came out at halftime. They carried out the trophy that they had won back in 1966. So it was a pretty cool
That's
evening.
really
Isn't that
neat.
cool?
And
That's
Joe,
really
Joe
neat.
Otis, who was the coach for
Yes.
many years at LaPorte High School, he came. His son Nick is on our board, so Nick really is the person that organized this tournament for
Beautiful.
us. So Joe came and coached for us. So it was. But talking about the gym, what a great way to highlight that gym, because it's just it looks like it's from the movie Hoosiers. It's just an old time awesome basketball
We were talking
gym.
about that.
We
Yeah.
were,
That's really
Jake,
cool.
Ben, and I, and Mary, when I walked in, I'm like, I literally, you almost get choked up.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
pretty amazing.
oh my gosh, you could see the crowd, you could feel the energy, you could feel the family bonding. And
Yeah.
let's be honest, around this area and in that time, and especially that time, basketball and the sports programs, they're religions.
Right.
I mean, they're
Absolutely.
like,
And the
it's packed solid,
rivalry,
you know?
Right.
the rivalry through the years between the LaPorte basketball team and the Michigan City basketball team was, I remember it when I was a student going to the high school.
How
so
could
it
that be?
was-
You're only 25.
Oh, I love you.
Well, who loves you?
And when you're there, Rick, as you've seen, we're doing a facelift of the gym. We've been painting it. We had LaPorte Savings Bank come out on Martin Luther King Day, and they sat there and painted the tops of benches. And then we have 2 gentlemen that are now painting the floors. So it's getting a much needed update, and it's looking really nice in there. And like I said, that's what everybody comes to see. And we were talking off air, Mary, about community.
Yes.
So when the mall shut down, we were getting a lot of calls about the mall walking. So we've opened our hallways, and now we have the seniors come in there, and they're doing what you seen them that day. They almost walked you over. They're in there walking
about
the
'em.
hallways.
That's a
So-
great. I love that. That's a great idea. I mean, I do, recall going to the mall was the same thing in LaPorte. You would find just the people using that space, to benefit themselves in a safer atmosphere than necessarily walking outside. But so I love that's even an option, because I don't think that's something that a lot of us would think about when the mall does close. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think, that's not the first thing you think of, because it doesn't affect everybody. But that is a great point and the perfect start for someone who's trying to take the first step and maybe not ready yet to tackle the new equipment, which is amazing. I mean, that's fantastic for those people that want to use it. But for someone that's maybe a little more intimidated by that, or not yet ready for that, I
Right.
think the
But we've seen
opening
with
of the
them
doors
being
is
there
great.
walking, they've been peeking in the classes, and a lot of them now are joining the classes, which is nice. So they get to see something different other than just the
Yeah.
mall stores. Now they're seeing other people working out and stuff and saying, oh, I can do that, And Elizabeth has a lot of great programs that she's been talking about that we have started out here in the Michigan City Elston branch that are geared towards a lot of our seniors, which I think in this area we need. We have a lot of seniors, both at our LaPorte branch, our Long Beach branch, and our a Michigan City Elston branch. We're seeing that. Matter of fact, we were looking at the numbers at Michigan City Elston the other day, me and Elizabeth, and there was a lot more seniors than we had really anticipated. they're the ones that are joining there. They're the ones that are wanting the exercise.
That's great.
So that's why
and
we're
the
honorable.
social aspect, like we were
Yes.
talking when we were talking to the volunteers, it's so important. You know, it's such an important part of who we are as people to interact with your community and have the social end of things. And I think that's obvious. You know, and especially with your numbers being up with seniors, it's a great right there proof that we need it. And I love that people are maybe getting a little more aware of that. I know Rick and I many times every show, that's the whole point. We're trying to do new things, and you know, we joke, we'll try anything.
I will.
We'll try anything.
Cindy, you know me. Elizabeth,
know.
you guys all know me.
And that's nice.
I think it's awesome.
Right. Try new things. It's so good for you on every level. And I love the that I didn't even realize that you're the Elizabeth, you're the healthy living director.
Yes.
Right?
Healthy
I
living.
love that.
Come
And
on
that's
up. Come on
great.
up to the mic.
Tell-
I want to
tell
bond.
us about
Now,
how you-
we're going to bond with Cindy and Ben in a
Yes.
second. But Elizabeth, Jake, come on up to the mic too.
Tell us about some of the programs and really how you develop those programs.
Well, right now we're doing an umbrella of chronic disease programs through LaPorte and Michigan City branches. We actually have come down from the Y of the USA. They give us some different chronic disease programs that we can develop. It's a pretty long process. I think they're usually about 6 months in the framework. Right now, we just launched out at Elston the Enhanced Fitness Program, and that is for people that live with the chronic pain of arthritis. Usually our age group in that is 65 and over. That's what the evidence-based program is geared towards, but we do take anyone into that program. And it's 3 times a week, 1 hour each time they come in, and they use ankle weights, they use wrist weights, anything that helps so that they can work out, but you know, keep from injuring some of those joints that might bother them. We also have that in LaPorte. We have phenomenal instructors doing that. So that program is really building. We piloted in LaPorte first last September, and our numbers, actually, we turned over 9 out of 10 into memberships. So and then we have we're launching here in Michigan City childhood obesity program. It's called Operation Fit Kids. It actually uses the Operation Fit Kids curriculum, and St. Anthony.
Fine, that's cool. We were talking about the kid stuff. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a great point. I mean, childhood obesity. I know we were talking out there, Ben, that the younger the younger generations, the sooner they learn to make fitness part of their lifestyle and better nutrition. I mean, we've had a couple chefs in. We've been talking vegan, which my family is not vegan, but you know, trying to adopt some of these new ideas.
Sure.
You know, give them a try. It makes such a difference, and I think that catching them young is such a key point. So, I think that's a great idea. All good.
I want to ask Elizabeth a question, and in a second, I want to go back to you on this. Jake, I want to talk to you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, because you obviously have a really cool story, and we had the pleasure of bonding with Jake, Mary Gelati, myself, and Ben. We were just, as he was giving us the tour and telling us about his background. But you right now do what for the Y? Let's talk a little bit about you.
Well, I'm the marketing director here at the Y. So I just want to start by saying, you know, I'm excited to be part of the team. It's my first year here at the Y. So I grew up in the Y. You know, I have so many great memories, and I played sports there and met so many of my friends I'm still friends with today. So it's just, it's amazing, you know, to be part of as a team now as a professional, and to kind of carry that wave on and show, you know, and promote and show everybody, you know, what great things the Y has to offer.
It was neat because as we walked past the weight room, and I know Elizabeth, you would appreciate this, Cindy and Ben as well, Mary Anthony, Rick Federici, Younger Life Live. It was so incredible because his energy about like the equipment, I'm like, dude, I'm like feeding right off of that. Just because there were so many people working out, and I didn't realize until Ben goes, Ricky, put your head in that room, because it was this. I thought it was just one room, and I go, holy cow, and it went down.
Yeah.
It was like room after room after room, brand new equipment, and these unbelievable floors. The floors in there
Really?
that they've redone it with, and I thought to myself, man, but I'm going to tell you, I will challenge you, young lady, to get on those bikes. But Jake, you really dig, I'm sure, being around those folks, because as you were introducing me to folks, you were telling me, oh, this person does this, and this person works out here, and this person directs this. So you kind of have this groove going too with Ben and the team there. Seems like you guys all intersperse together
Oh,
pretty much.
absolutely. Yeah, huge kudos to Elizabeth for the equipment and as a team, I mean, we're just that's the whole team aspect. I mean, we all have great, ideas and talent, and we're so close. I mean, the camaraderie and everything, it just makes everything come together.
Talk about some of those programs, because obviously you've been on the air with us several times through the years, Elizabeth. You are bonding with folks at the LaPorte facility. You're in Michigan City. You've instituted new programs and you've looked at what's there. Cindy had brought up, it's the lay of the land's a little bit different. The programs are cool, very versatile. Chat about some of the stuff that you brought to the table, please.
Well, initially we started, I think probably have talked before, we started a chisel program in LaPorte. And that was really geared towards people who come into the facility and they look at everything and think, ooh, what do I do with this?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it's a 12-week program, and they come in, they learn how to use the equipment, and whether it be strength or cardiovascular. And it takes them through every 4 weeks. They do measurements and body fat, and then they get a progressive
That's cool.
program design. Yeah, it's really nice. We've had a lot of good compliments. Now I've turned it into a rolling program, so they can just start at any point in time, and then I just keep track of when their measurements come in. So now we're actually taking that over to the Michigan City Elston branch. Chelsea Gulliford is the coordinator over there, so I've kind of been mentoring her a little bit on how the program works, so that when people come into Michigan City, she can start taking the program there. So we've revamped it to fit the equipment that's sitting there, and it's a really good 12-week healthy living program. It really takes them. I know we had some volunteer hours from the registered dietitians at LaPorte Hospital. They came in and did some seminars for us, so that people that were in the program could come in and listen and ask questions. And we've had some really good, I know Stephanie Mahan helped me a couple times, and sometimes getting the people in the door to actually listen to what they have to say is harder than not, especially when it's a free program, but they have such good information. So
Right.
We've had a lot of help on that aspect, and so we're kind of expanding that. We do not have that in Long Beach, but the nice thing about the Michigan City Elston branch is it is so close that if that's a program that they're interested in, they can come there. So and then we're starting off in LaPorte a Live Strong at the YMCA program, which is a cancer survivor program.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah,
Expand on that?
it's a 12-week program, and it's free for anyone who has been diagnosed with cancer at any point in their life. And I know the Michiana Hematology Oncology, I went in and gave a in-service to the staff there, and they've really pushed some people our way for that program. I'll be going in and talking to one of their support groups, but it's a 12-week, almost like a peer-to-peer support group. There are 2 trained instructors that come in and develop a program. We make sure that the program's safe and effective. We've all been trained thoroughly on, the effects of chemotherapy and radiation, and signs of lymphedema. So we know what we're looking for, and everyone that is working with the group has some kind of background in whether it be kinesiology or I think I've got a couple that are certified as personal trainers too. So we have a fairly extensive background so that everything is safe and effective. Everyone that comes in has to have a doctor's release. And like I said, it's twice a week. It's 90 minutes, and they go through learning how to build up those muscle groups and cardiovascular again after maybe their body's been broken down, or even some of these people that have been out of it for 15 years. They've been cancer free for 15 years, and they just want to work out with people that maybe have that same.
Right. Well, I would imagine on an emotional level,
Yes.
Those that have maybe been in remission and years out, which is fantastic, but I think they have a lot emotionally to offer to someone that's going through it. I think that's an awesome program, a great idea, something that it really helps out everybody, I would imagine.
Yeah, and what we're really looking at is we do an extensive intake on someone when they come in, and if they feel like they have a support system, you know, whether it be a husband or a sister or a son or a daughter, anyone that comes in, if they want that person to come into the program with them, we allow them to do that for that 12-week period of time. And what we're really hoping is that we can take these, especially this first group, and turn them into almost like a support group for the next group that
Right.
comes in.
Right.
And really get people learning that the Y is not a gym, and it's not just that health facility that you can go into and get on a treadmill. There's a lot of support in the facility. And, you know, if you've got someone who is able to get into the water and may not be able to use regular gym equipment, that's what we have to offer. And so these programs are really reaching out to our community and targeting some of these needs that not just anybody can.
Right. I think that's a great point. I mean, the YMCA is a good part of the community, but you know, Rick and I have talked many times about community pillars. I think in the sense, I was surprised to learn the partnerships that the YMCA has with other community pillars too. Like, you know, you had mentioned the hospital, IU Health. I know I found out, you know, Rick did the Tour de LaPorte last year, that the YMCA is, you guys donate the bike racks, you know, for that program. I think that's cool. I mean, I'm just, you know, in some ways they do, you know, you guys are partners, and I think for the community, and I think that that's really nice on numerous levels. I mean, there's all kinds of examples. You know, Ben, you had mentioned that they, the hospital donated money towards the Elston branch. Is that what you're saying? And there's going to be a fun little naming of the pool program coming up.
That I want to be a part of. I want to be there for that.
Ben was talking about out there a little, so that's exciting.
In March to talk about the details
That's
on this
it.
show. So.
Awesome.
That's what we had. Jake said
No
it.
problem.
Yeah, that's it. I said that's something that's super exciting, and look, news to me and you, and I didn't even know it. They said
As
we're
it
coming
happened,
back on that.
Younger Life
I
Live.
love
Woo!
it. I love it. So I think that's so cool, and very good point about just helping out the community. The YMCA not being just a gym; it's another one of those staples that people can look to and you know, reach out to for sure. I think.
One of the things I want to throw to Cindy and Elizabeth, we're going to chat with you about some of the other stuff, if you wouldn't mind. And obviously, I know Ben could touch on this as well, but I think this is great. Mayor Blair Milo of LaPorte is on this program during the morning show every week, and she goes over very positive things in the area. You guys assembled with a lot of cool partners, and we chat about that Fitness Friday. And she's going to be on an upcoming show with us to talk all kinds of fun stuff. And she always challenges me to stuff, right? It's like, Federica, you're going for
and
the century.
And she is competitive.
Beyond. Talk a little bit, though, because I like you guys are going to be doing Fitness Fridays again this year. Can we talk about that, Cindy?
So as we are, you know, welcoming 50-degree plus weather today, it's time to start thinking about spring. And we actually have our planning meeting scheduled for this Monday with Mayor Milo and all the partners that have come together to make Fitness Friday happen. This is our fourth or fifth year of doing Fitness Fridays. It started with her first term, so that would, we're probably, this is going to be our fifth season.
Wow.
So talk about something that has not really, doesn't take a lot of time to do it. There's not a lot of supplies with it. It's just, we've got the location, and we already have a route that is used for a 5K that starts in front of the Y. So we just came together and figured out what's a way that we can get people to come together to work on improving their health. And it's not competitive. If you want to run the 5K, you can run it.
Listen,
Right.
If you want to walk the 5K, you can walk. If you only want to walk to the end of Michigan Avenue and back and not do the whole 5K, you can do that. It's self-paced. We have moms and strollers. We have seniors. We have, you know, athletes. Thor's another one. He's pretty competitive too.
Yeah.
So, you know, he and the mayor are sometimes, you know, seeing who's going to.
That's so fun, though.
So, I mean, it's
Let's push that one
a
together. That'd
really
be great.
wide variety. And that was really what I wanted to bring to the program, to make sure that it was all inclusive, because we're all about people that are, we call them health seekers. They're people that know that they need to make some lifestyle changes, but they're not sure, kind of like Elizabeth was talking about with the Chisel program. They're not sure exactly how to go about that. And there's nothing more intimidating than when you walk into a place and you see everybody full on running on a treadmill, and they know how to use the machines, or you go to it and you hear 5K and you think, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can walk, you know, a quarter of a mile. So we wanted this to be very user friendly, open to the community, and I think we've achieved that tenfold. It's an amazing event. So we're hoping it should be kicking off. We'll have the dates finalized next week, but we usually start the week after spring break, which is the first week in April is spring break. So sometime in April, I would imagine, will be our kickoff date. And we usually go through mid-October. We're done usually before
That's awesome.
Why don't we
Halloween
go
starts.
out there?
I
You
would love
should.
that.
Why don't we
And,
go
you
out
know,
there?
Mayor
You
I'd love to
Milo,
do
absolutely.
The mayor will actually be here next Friday.
And for those who want to
So-
run, you can go with Thor and the mayor. And for those of you that want to walk, you can go with me.
I was going to say with you and I.
And
I
then
love
don't
that.
forget, there's a biking opponent to it now too. We started that
Oh.
2 years ago. So
What?
Okay.
Yes.
you can bike it too. They have 2 different routes that you can do. So
Which
there's
is-
a lot of bikers as well.
Yeah,
so.
that would
Which
be
is
really cool.
really-
We've been talking
There you go,
about
Rick.
that.
Now you can
Which
bike
is
with
really
us.
cool. Jerry Jackson, who is the wastewater superintendent for the city of LaPorte, so he's a city of LaPorte employee. He's been a friend of my husband and I. We went to high school together, but he was a state wrestling champ and then graduated from high school. And you get busy with your family,
Right.
so he decided to make some lifestyle changes several years ago and began using the Y regularly and just really picked up a passion for cycling, and he lost a tremendous amount of weight. He probably could wrestle again and be quite competitive at it.
That's awesome.
But then when he was talking about the fact that there are a lot of bikers in the community and several of them work for the city, so he kind of spearheaded that piece of things. And there's
that's
alternative
wonderful.
routes, so you can go in a group. If you want to just follow a route that they have mapped out without the group, you can do that as well. So again, it's very
I like that.
informal, and you can do as little or as much of the bike route that you want as well.
How long, can I ask? I mean, how long? How many miles?
I
is
know
that?
one's 12 miles. I'm not sure the
Wow,
short
that's
one, but it's like
great.
12. And then the little kids, they usually bike just the 5K route with the
Yeah,
parents
that's what I
walking.
was thinking too. My littlest one.
Is that your speed? That
would
little
be,
5
With the
kilo?
training
Well,
wheels.
the kids, if they were on their bikes while I was doing
You would
that,
have to be. I was
I'd be
being a smart
walking.
guy.
Well, and
There
that's,
you go.
Andy Snyder, who is the fire chief in LaPorte, his daughter started, she's a little bit older now, but she was on training wheels when we started Fitness Friday. So we've kind of watched her
That's
progress
really
from
cool.
training wheels to no training wheels to, now she walks it with her dad
Now
sometimes.
she's probably
so.
beating her dad.
Well,
that's
and
how,
I think,
that's how it goes.
and we all here talk about it, and it's so great, Cindy, you, Ben, and of course Jake and Elizabeth. We look at the talking about bonding as a family, and you watch
Right.
everybody evolve. These are things that families can do together, whether you're the youngest at heart or whether you're the wisest in years. And there's a lot of us, especially some of us that are edging up on the big 5-0. I won't say who that is, but even in the last couple of years, I never thought that I would be able to do the Tour de LaPorte, the 25-mile, and I was challenged by an IU Health LaPorte Hospital employee, and I actually trained with him for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks leading up to it. But from that point, I did the 25 miles, by the way. Got a high five from Mayor Milo
Yeah,
and everybody at the
that's
end.
awesome,
The bike
really.
stop in Michigan
Yep.
City, and then that kind of spun around, getting a cool bike from the bike stop in Michigan City. They were at the race. Continued my riding. My wife got involved, and then she got a live bike, and because I brought it here for
I
you
got
to
it set
try
up.
just a basic, cool bike,
Yes.
but a nice bike. And we ride together as a couple, and our daughters are now women, so we're kind of looking for that something in life to do as a couple. We're
Absolutely.
swamp busy 7 days a week like everybody else is, but now, and then everybody said to me, okay, Federici, you're going to do the Century this year. Now, Cindy, Rick Federici doing 100 miles, can I do it?
No, we're going to challenge you to do our triathlon.
He's already
Really?
actually.
You're challenged to do the
Wait.
triathlon.
If you remember, no, we have it on air. We could go back through the tapes. Actually, I recall you, Paula, and Mary were doing a team. So you got the bike down.
Not
I
this
believe-
Mary, let's note.
Oh,
Mary July.
And-
Mary Gelati. Well, we could have you now,
Whoa,
Mary.
that's
No.
not Mary. Just
So,
we're
and I
clear.
believe you said was
Here
Paula.
comes Mary.
Oh, here comes Mary July. But I remember this, and I believe Paula said she was going to run, so that leaves you, Mary, for the swim. So it's
Hold on.
April 6th. So
She paddles a mean
Wait,
kayak.
where's
I
this
think she can swim.
triathlon at? You have to explain
Okay,
this to me.
so our triathlon is August 6th. It's always the first Saturday of August. This is our 37th year. We are the longest running triathlon in the state of Indiana and one of the longest running in the country. It's a smaller distance-wise triathlon, so a lot of people use it for a training triathlon. But the other great thing about it is we also have a team aspect of it. So going back to Jerry and my husband, Jerry's a great biker. My husband can run. that neither one of them can swim if they had to. I mean, they may be able to like doggy paddle. Well, my husband asked if he could use a swim float and noodles
With a
to
drink.
compete in the
Yeah.
triathlon. So our daughter at
That's
the time
right.
was a swimmer. She was 12 the first time she competed. She did the
Really?
swim leg, and then Jerry's got a daughter who's a phenomenal swimmer. She's gone on. She's swimming in college. She's got
Oh my
going to
Wait,
college.
so you could do this as a team?
So you can do it as a
Yes.
team. So if you
Yeah, that would be cool.
you excel in two things and you're maybe not the stronger swimmer, you can get someone that can swim. So you can have one person do 2 legs of the race and someone can do one, or you can have 3 different people.
So
That's really
what are
neat.
the legs now? You bike.
you start off with the swim. It's a 1/4 mile swim.
That, someone may say,
That's
"Oh, it's a
really
1/4 mile."
far.
It is.
I mean, that really is.
Is it about
far.
a 12-mile bike?
I'll take the
12
What you could do
mile-
is half of what you just did.
I'll do the
12-mile bike, and then it's about a 5K run around the lake.
And
That's the
5K
final leg.
is what, 2 point something miles?
3.1.
Point.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's smiling at me.
About 3.5.
Well,
It's a
and
little over,
you
yeah, it's
talk
3.4.
about inspiring things that I've seen through the years. I've been at the Y, going on my 15th year at the Y, so I've been to a few triathlons.
on.
And we have seen some just absolutely amazing people. We've had one person who was legally blind who completed the triathlon, which was amazing. I mean, he
On
did
their
everything.
own? Wow.
We had a group from out of the Chicagoland area called the Soul Tri Sisters.
Wait, Elizabeth, the Soul Tri Sisters.
And they were an amazing group of ladies. A lot of them do it as a team. And we had one of my all-time favorite triathlon stories. There was a lady who challenged herself to compete in the triathlon, and she was really scared to swim. It was the part that was really going to challenge her. And she was struggling in the water. Now, we've got lifeguards. It's kind of like a V-shaped course. So we have lifeguards all along. So she was the last person in the water. So they, little by little, had started to go around her to coach her. So by the time she got to where she was coming out of the water, they were singing "My Girl" to her. And she came.
my
We have
gosh,
a
how
photo of her.
cool.
She came out of the water. She had her hands up in the air, like in triumph. I mean, it was
How
a
is
really.
not everyone bawling?
Oh, it was. It
There she is,
was.
emotional
That's
girl.
It was
I
an
am.
incredible. And then I don't know if she's been in a People magazine, USA Today. She's a very well known war veteran. She was the first female to lose a limb in the Iraqi war. She's competed. Melissa Stocksell, I think is her
Yeah.
name.
Oh, really?
She has competed in our triathlon 5 or 6 times. And I'm telling you, when you see her coming across that finish line, everybody stops what they're doing and they applaud. I mean, it's just on so many different levels. It's inspiring. You know, someone that really overcame a lot. She has a prosthetic leg, and now she competes in triathlons all over. She's been part of President Bush's Wounded Warrior Project. He actually, when you have a limb, it's hard to pedal the bike up the hill.
Yeah.
So they have people that assist pushing the bikes. And she said she turned around, and there was President Bush pushing her
Oh, my
up
gosh,
the hill.
how
She's
But
actually
she,
a gold medalist. She does the Paraplegic Olympics, and that's what she's been on. She's a gold medalist.
as a triathlete.
And for me, that's the story that's near and dear to my heart. That's the one out of every year I've done the triathlon. And she brought the next year, she brought some other gentlemen with her that were injured too. So they do a lot of those. So we were talking about,
incredible.
we meet the needs of all communities, and
Yes.
and the triathlon brings everybody together from everywhere.
Well, and going back to what you were talking a little bit about earlier, Rick, with the YMCA, I think what makes the Y such a special place, there are other places obviously around that you can go work out, and a lot of those you can come after hours. You can, you're not bothered with people. We really feel that what makes the Y special and what sets us apart is that we actually connect with people. And I think if you're going to look at someone that's going to have a long-term commitment to a healthy lifestyle or to getting their children involved in a child care program that is curriculum based and has kids ready for school, it's the YMCA. We're a team, and you need the days that you don't feel like working out. If you know you've got the buddy that's going to be there, you're going to probably go because they're going to call you out if you don't show up. Members they'll come up to me and say, I was on vacation, and when I came back in, your member services person said, "Where have you been? We really missed you." So that connection, it's important. And that's, we don't want to be a place that you swipe your card in, you come in at midnight when, plop on your earbuds and no one is there. That's not what the Y is about. And that's great. There are people that's the environment that we want to be in, but we think fostering those relationships and connections are what's really important and what sets us apart from others.
This is a great example, Cindy, and Ben and Jake and Elizabeth, just a sampling of the pros that are there. just saying try it. You're hearing one story after another story where there are people that are going for it. Somebody that may have a unique circumstance going on with them because of what has transpired in their life, or someone trying it for the first time. By the way, back to that triathlon thing.
We're holding you to this, Rick. We're going to see you.
Here's what I'll throw out there. I will absolutely do the bike ride. That's 12 miles. I'll do that all day. Now, the swimming part of it, I'm a swimmer, but I'm more of I like swimming in the water, and I could do that all the time, but I also just like to chill out. I don't know if I could do a quarter mile.
I don't think I could.
I could probably put myself.
That would be really hard.
How about, can Jake do that? Look at
Absolutely.
Okay,
there you go. So
There
Jake's
you go.
going to
you
be
get
on
on a
it.
team? Is it like 3 people?
You can do
do
three,
three.
or you can have 2. One person can do 2 legs of the race as well.
So we could have one runner.
So you need a runner.
Mary
You could do a
Anthony.
bike and run, and
No,
then
you're
I'll be
gonna-
the cheerleader.
Ah,
I can do the.
See, Elizabeth.
I've done 5Ks, but I am the more walker,
I
or like
walk it.
walk
See,
and
I've
a
done
little
those
bit of
too.
run. You know what I mean?
Pulling
I'm
the kids
not
in
a
the
runner.
wagon.
That's okay. I mean,
We've always joked. You only run unless someone's
Dork
chasing
Federici.
you.
How old is our oldest participant? We have to keep expanding the age category. He's topped over 80 now. I think we've added the
Really?
80.
See?
The triathlon?
And he does all 3 legs of it.
Fantastic. Oh
He does
my
all 3
goodness.
legs of
That's
it.
amazing.
We add the age groups as needed.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mary Anthony, you need to do all 3.
I can't imagine. That would be so cool, really. And I mean, I can't imagine just training for that.
And it's a
really-
fun event
Can I
because
hang with you,
It is.
Cindy?
sure. I
love her.
take photos. I'm kind of the
Yeah, I know you are.
the
Facebook.
point person, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So because it takes a team to do that. Elizabeth is making sure that we've got everything going on in the transition area with the
So that's
the
what Elizabeth
bikes,
is doing.
and we've got usually Kevin Up, who does our sports, is out on the road course making sure
What
we've got
about
everything
Ben?
going out there. Ben is, if we need some help on the road course, he'll be out there.
Awesome.
But usually he and I head up the registration, getting everyone started
Yeah.
for the
Sure,
day,
sure.
and then the finish line as well, helping the triathletes over the finish line. And then we've got always have great entertainment. We've got live music. We've got awesome refreshments. We do a cookout at the end, so it's a fun day.
a party.
And it's right on. It starts at Cummings Lodge. The swim takes place at Stone Lake Beach, and the run is around the lake. And the bike goes all the way out to Forester Road and back, so it follows kind of the same path around the lake for part of the way. And that's the number one thing that we hear from people is that it's an amazing course. And we pull people. We've had someone from Germany come compete. We've had people from Iowa and California come. We have a lot of people from the Chicagoland area that come in. So our goal, we would love to have 500 participants in the event this year. So registration is open now. You can register on active.com and getmeregistered.com.
Look at you
We
two
have
working as a team. They're live on the air.
we also have links on our website as well. So you can just go to our website, which is www.lpymca.org. Under the special events tab, you just find the triathlon, and then you can click on the link to get to the registration
and Mary,
forms.
you said train. More importantly, we have a run coming up on March 19th.
Okay.
It's a 5K, 10K, and you can train at it. You can come out there and you can run it.
So wait, hold on.
Really?
5K, you said, Elizabeth, is what, 3.4-ish? Or what did you say?
Well, the 5K in our race is actually.
Is it 3.1, 3.2?
Yeah, I think it's
3.2.
on this one.
Yeah.
It's not. That one's not a certified course.
Okay.
The 10K is.
The triathlon is not a certified 5K course, so it's a little bit longer. But the one for the upcoming race, it's actually a Calumet Strider sanctioned
Oh,
race.
sure.
So
I
it's
looked
a
at them before.
certified. The
Yeah.
distance is
Good.
exactly
Yeah.
5K. We're a little bit over on the triathlon because we don't start where the run starts is a little off from where
Yeah.
we started with the regular
makes
one.
sense.
And then proceeds from that go to our scholarship fund, our annual campaign, which allows all these awesome things that we're talking about. We want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate in Y programming and to have a Y membership. And for those who cannot afford to do that, we've got a scholarship fund, which is funded through the generosity of many people in our community. We do several special events. We've got the Dancing Like a Star, the run that's coming up in March. Those are all things, the basketball tournament. Those are all things that fund that scholarship program. So when you participate in the race, you're not only getting healthy, but you're also helping us to share that gift of health in the community by
Very important.
sponsoring that are supporting our annual campaign.
I love this.
I think that's great. So the option is for 10K. I'm just curious. It's a 5 or 10. You have to sign up for one, or
Yes.
you just try to do both. Yeah.
No,
That's
you
One
pick
or the
one or the
other.
other.
What
You're
if you
thinking
sign up
about
for
it.
the 10 and then
I
you
could
go,
see see.
Yeah, this is really far.
I could see it moving in your head. You're like
Yeah,
saying,
I
"I'm
know.
going to do it. I'm going to do it."
And it follows the same path as our run for the triathlon. It goes around Stone Lake, and you're part of the time you're around Pine Lake as well.
Can I tell you, and we all know this, and in case you don't, if
Mm-hmm.
you're listening to Younger Life Live right now, that area by Cummins Lodge and that you talked about, that's where they kind of do the Tour de la Porte
Right.
stuff as
Yes.
well.
I've done their 5K.
I
for
just,
that, but-
I just like so love, and even my wife, when we have done the bike rides around the lake, it's so calming, and the beauty around there is great. It's
does.
good to family bond. You could do a picnic afterwards, and like you were saying, Cindy, it's all about that whole. It's the whole thing. It's the experience of it all.
It
It's
is.
getting out there and trying something
is.
fun, fresh, new. That Fitness Fridays, people rave about. I mean, we constantly are getting people talking
I haven't
about
tried
that.
it, and I really look forward to
It's
trying
I would
fun,
love to,
and
yeah.
you know what a unique idea. And the original partners when we started out, it was IU Health, LaPorte Hospital, the Y, and then the City of LaPorte
Mm-hmm.
with Mayor Milo's leadership. We've added the last couple of years. GIS Insurance has come on as a
Beautiful.
sponsor,
Yeah.
Beautiful.
and we also have LaPorte Savings Bank that's joined us as a sponsor. So,
think it's great.
you know, in past years, again, we don't have all the details worked out for this year,
Mm-hmm.
but in past years, we've had T-shirts after someone has competed in so many Fitness Fridays, and those
Oh,
have been
really?
underwritten by
That's
the
really neat.
sponsors that we have. They're the nice dry wick ones, and you know we have several people that have now collected the shirts through
Yeah.
the years. So
awesome.
That's
yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a fun event, and
I love that that's family too. I love that.
What's your opening week on that one? Do you know yet?
my
Cindy?
guess
Roughly?
would be probably the second Friday in April would be my guess right now.
Okay.
But we'll have details, and
Please
we will
let us
make sure we
know.
share those with you. And then, like I said, we usually go through the second or third week of October. When we first started it, we used to start it in March, and we were like shoveling snow sometimes.
you never know,
Yeah,
right.
so and with spring break, we would kind of get the momentum going, and then a lot of families leave for spring break. So the last couple of years, we've kicked it off right after spring break, and that's worked out well.
I
think
like
that's a
this.
great time.
Now, if we have the opportunity and if it fits into the event schedule and our schedules, I would love to be out there opening.
Absolutely, and you know, like I said, with
Yes.
the mayor coming next
Broadcasting
Friday,
fun.
you said the meeting
She'll know
is-
the details
That's what
by
I was gonna say.
Friday.
She'll
Yeah.
probably be able to give us at least the first date, since she won't be here.
There's
till
your
Friday.
swimmer. There goes Mary Gelati,
Gelati.
the WIMS swimmer.
Why are you running away,
Love you,
Mary?
She looks like
Mary.
she's
She's
running,
running out the door.
She's running.
Yeah, that's
She's always
funny.
on the run.
So that definitely, I think.
And
is-
what a great way to train for the triathlon. You
There
can
you
start
go.
walking the 5K, then you can work up to running it, and then you can be ready.
I like the team side of things because quite
That's-
honestly, if you have a
that's
team
good.
like I have no problem whatsoever doing that bike in 2 seconds. I'll do it. I will be your bike guy. In fact, I will do it twice because I
All
can
right.
easily
You'd be on
do
two
25.
teams. Look
yeah.
at you.
Woo! If I do 2 teams, guess
And you know
who else
what's-
has to do
No,
2
I'm not
teams?
running.
It's
this
really
one, dude.
cool
That
to-
would be dead. You'd be pulling me.
It's really cool to watch some of the people who do triathlons regularly because they've got their whole the transition area is a really cool place to go. I mean, they've got their everything all laid out, and it's
Really?
pretty amazing.
That
And
would
we've
be
got
neat.
some amazing
Where are
athletes.
we swimming? Are we swimming in the lake?
In the
Stone
lake.
Lake.
And the lake.
Not at the pool in the Y, which adds a whole other dimension
It
to
does.
it.
Yes.
Open water swimming is a lot different than swimming in a pool. So
It
that
absolutely
that
is.
I
tends
thought
to
we
be
were talking about your pool at the
no,
LaPorte
no,
Y.
No.
I'll do that tomorrow.
It's the one-stop shop. Everything's done right from the Cummings Lodge area. So, but
It's
it's
really
Elizabeth.
cool, but much more intimidating. I would
Yes.
imagine.
but I can tell you, it is very safe. We've got lifeguards. We've got
you
people
swim
with.
across the lake.
No. Well, it's like a V. You go out to a point and then you turn around and come back.
Yeah.
Do you
so
think I could do it?
I think you could do it. It's an eighth
Do I
of
have
a
to take
mile
off
out.
my shirt in front of people?
Most people have. They wear.
Me and
A lot of
Speedo?
people wear the jammers. They have the
cool.
jammers, and then they'll have the one-piece suits, and they swim, bike, and run in the
I'll
same
do
gear.
that all day.
A lot of them do.
I will do that
A
all
lot of
day.
them do.
Because and I know we've talked about this before, but truly when you're riding and you have the right gear on, it's unbelievable because you could just keep going. And
Yeah.
quite honestly, I thought, oh my gosh, from a guy's standpoint, the sweating, like you don't sweat because you're able to breathe. Your
It does.
body
You know,
doesn't
if you're
breathe.
looking for a
Seriously.
swimmer too, you
Right.
may be able to recruit Thor. He has participated many years in our triathlon. He's done
Thor on the
all the
list.
legs. The last several
He'll be the
years,
swimmer
he's
on
been
the
the
team.
swimmer on some teams. So you may want to reach out to him early to get
How
him as
about
your
this,
swimmer.
Cindy? Thor, while you're swimming, could you just keep going with
go
the...
again.
you do
Go
the- I'll
again.
do the
Yeah.
biking.
Yeah.
Although him and his wife last year, I saw him out on the cool, what do you call the bike? Is that the recumbent bike or
Yes.
whatever, where you got the two people? He had bought it specifically for the Tour de Laporte,
Oh,
but
how cool.
he's very athletic, man. He's
Yes.
crazy athletic.
Yes.
He looks great, and he
Yeah.
just is wonderful.
And of
so.
course, Mayor Milo, she usually competes in the tri and does.
she's awesome,
last year,
too.
she did all
So
3 of the events.
maybe next week we'll make her put herself down as the swimmer.
Mayor Milo,
She normally
you can
does
do this and
she
this.
normally does the whole thing. She
That's
swims,
Really?
runs,
Yeah,
and
can you tell me?
bikes.
I'm just out of curiosity. What the so you run first, and then it's bike, and then it's
You
swim, or how does it
swim,
go?
then you
swim
bike,
first.
then you
Okay.
run. The run is the last leg.
Swim,
And usually our winning
bike,
time
run.
is just under an hour. 57 to 58, 59 minutes typically is the winning
is
time.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's
I mean,
tough.
truthfully, you think that out. And I'm just curious: is the swimming first for safety reasons? Just because once people are so exhausted, it's harder to swim at the end. Is that?
That's just how triathlons are
That's just
designed.
the
Oh, is
order
it?
that they go in.
I would be curious, yeah,
I
to see if
imagine.
that's the reason it's designed that way.
You
Just
look at an Ironman and the swims are just incredibly
Yes.
Right.
grueling.
right, and
I,
that's
I would say that the swimming part of it, I would want it first too, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what would be the hardest for me? It
You-
would easily be
that's
the
it.
swimming.
That's the part that is most intimidating to people and that they have the bigger issue with. But, you know, if you practice and you work on it, and Elizabeth does a great job, she gets the course out a little bit early. So you'll see people, even before we have the course out, you'll see them out there a week or so before the
Really?
triathlon that they'll to get some practice swimming in the water, in the open water.
And we have lifeguards all
Yeah.
the way up and down. So I mean,
People on
we have-
kayaks, we've got some
Very
boats and
safe.
jet
Very
skis.
safe.
So
This is awesome.
you are supervised from start to finish.
So I feel
That's
like we
nice.
can count on you for a team, Rick.
I will tell you this. I will be more than happy to put together a team.
let's
but we have
make
to
Brendan be the swimmer.
Brendan could be a swimmer. He's
Brendan,
he's
he
the
could be
ultimate
the swimmer.
biker. That
I
kid.
know he loves to bike.
He's
but
doing like something coming up in May that's like 110 miles or
like the
something.
Wow.
three state,
Three state
mountain.
biking thingy.
Only if you feel like you can finish, because we don't want to be associated with like the headline news. Federighi.
Gerard Media LLC owner dead.
no.
Just
It's terrible
kidding.
to
Yeah,
say
that's not
that.
good.
No.
You know what?
Yeah.
Listen, you guys know how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die on the. I'm gonna be doing a reporter, doing a break, and be like, "Urgh," you know, like whatever. When it's my time to go, when it's our time to go, the big G's is just gonna take me. By the way, I'm up for the challenge. I really am. I have to just figure out who's gonna be on the
Yeah.
team.
It would
And
be
yes,
cool.
I am, Ben. And if I do it, are you gonna do it?
Absolutely not. I am really
Look at
needed.
Cindy.
I'm needed in the registration area.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have to get that
I
going.
see Jake back there going. He'll do it. He'll do it.
And IU Health has their big bus.
Yes.
out
Come on up by the
there.
mic over here.
IU Health has their big bus out there, and we make sure that we've got all the trainers on site.
Right.
And Dr. Sarah Bancroft was there last year with making sure that, you know, if anyone did not come out of the water, that she was there right on the beach.
Or even had an injury.
But that has never happened. Everyone comes out of the
good
water.
point, Right. Please,
Right.
good
But
point.
I say that because I've never actually had someone do that, and I
Right.
thought that was very cool that she took the time to do that.
All right, let's go around the room. We got less than a minute. Tell everybody again who you are, real quick. Into the mic. Into the mic.
Elizabeth Downs.
All right, wave to the camera too. You got to do that. Cindy, please.
Cindy Burcham.
Who we love, the leader,
Jake McMahon.
Jake. Woo!
And Ben Fout.
Thank you
Thank you
all.
guys so
you guys
much.
have been awesome. You guys are all coming back, right?
Absolutely. We didn't even talk about our diabetes prevention program, so
Oh,
you need to get us back
we
so
definitely
Elizabeth
do.
can talk about that.
The other thing I want to throw out there too, I am very honored to be the master of ceremonies for Dancing with the Stars. That is coming up. More information on that. I am so stoked. The
It's gonna be
people, I am
awesome.
so excited.
We've got-
Are we you going to come back and we'll unveil the names on the show?
Absolutely.
Because I already know some of
Absolutely.
them are. I'm like, yes.
It's going to be a great group.
This is great.
And we have a nice mixture of LaPorte and Michigan City representation, so it's
Thank
going to be a
you.
fun evening.
Thank you, Cindy and the crew. Big round of
Thank
applause.
you.
Woo!
AM 1420 WI